You've got the money, the visa, and your ticket, but you're still being treated like a criminal at the border. Why? Let's unpack it. I'm sure I'm not the only Black traveler that know that traveling is not just about the logistics, but we have to deal with racism, profiling at the airports when we get to our destination. I'm going to tell you guys a story time of what happened to me a few years ago because I was traveling with a African passport. In my instance, a South African passport. So a few years ago, myself and a friend went to China via Hong Kong. So we flew to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong, we took a train to mainland China. Had a lovely stay in mainland China. We did what we needed to do, and on the way back, we were flying from Hong Kong again. We had to make our way from mainland China back to Hong Kong using a taxis, which is straightforward. So on the way back, when we're on our last border from the Hong Kong side, so it was obviously you pass two borders like any country if you're traveling by road. So the last one before we entered Hong Kong, we were pulled over as usual. That's what they normally do. This is not the first time that I've done this trip, like using the road from mainland China to Hong Kong. And I think there was about 6 or 8 of us in the taxi. So obviously they always ask for your arrival card or leaving card, and then obviously your passport. Me and my friend were the only two South African in a taxi, so having African passports. They check everyone's passports, and then they called for the two of us to step outside, which was very strange because they've checked everyone. They've, checked us first and then checked the other 4 or 6. And then they came back to us to say, can we step outside? And we're taken into this little room where we were stripped naked. I'm not going to go into details like how, like the physical check that they were doing. But all I can say is it was the first time in my life that I felt like I wasn't human. The way I understood they were doing their job, but the way they were doing it and the circumstances that led us being asked to step out. We were the only 2 Black people in the car. If it was a process, they should have done to the other people that were in the car that were not our skin. And for the longest time, so after